Also, this sunflower is huge and 100% in the way. Cherry black, y'all. Cherry black, and we know about to eat it. We know about to eat it. These are Jimmy Nardello, some of the sweetest peppers you can ever eat. I still don't regret not pruning. Oh my God, look how big that thing is. Good morning, welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. Today we are assessing the garden. I also purchased a tomato from Home Depot. It's a pink tomato. I'm not sure that I've ever grown a pink tomato. I was very interested in it. Vego Garden sent over a self-watering pot months ago. And so I'm going to plant that plant in there. But the other thing we're gonna do is assess the garden. We're gonna assess the garden. We're more than likely moving the peppers that are in the bed. So they look really good, but they're not producing as I would like them to. Let me show you. So they're all over here. And I have some peppers on them, a few. But nothing like these. Did y'all see those? And I just harvested the shishitos, but I have harvested way more shishito peppers from the ones that's in the bags than I have the ones that's in the bed. So, also, new nails. I love them so much more. Look how pretty. I told her I did not want a raised flower, but she did it anyway, which is fine. And I think she's gotten tired of me saying, hey, whatever you want to give me. I think it was cute in the beginning. I've been going to her for a year. She was like, no, find something. Which is fine, because now I'm going to find things, and I switched up the shape. I love them this time. So listen, all right, we also have things that need to be harvested, like the cherry tomatoes. The plants don't look amazing, but the cherry tomatoes are giving, y'all. Look at all them tomatoes in there. Like, they're everywhere. So as we assess the garden, we're also going to pick and harvest and things of that nature. And there is still so much basil out here. Like, I'm gonna say I overplanted basil this year. These cinder block beds ain't playing no games with me, right? Like, things are growing, but Lord, this little space, this is where we had planted some more beans. A few beans did come up, but they look terrible. They look terrible, and they ain't really growing. So I don't know what we're gonna do right there. True story, we may just leave it until it's time to plant for fall, because I have no issues with that bed in fall. These beds don't give me no issues in fall. Oh, we got a bunch of tomatoes that they're blushing, right? But we have rain all week, so I'm gonna go ahead and harvest those too. We have a cucumber or two that needs to go. One is like really big, but I'm still gonna take it. It's huge. It's huge. So we're gonna go ahead and take that one too. A bunch of shishito peppers right here. This is one of the ones that we moved out of the greenhouse. Look at all them peppers on there. Like, yay, we love that for us. So that's what we're gonna do first. We're gonna do a quick harvest. I might even put y'all in speed up mode, because I really want to get these peppers moved into the bags. We have a lot of rain this week. Another reason why I really want to get the peppers into the bags, because the rain is going to help them get acclimated and settle into the bags. We are going to have some transplant shock. I'm not taking any of those peppers off. I know that's the thing I'm supposed to do, but I'm not. At this point of the year, when I do this, I don't see that it makes any difference if I take the peppers off or not. And I've had to do this for 2 years now. I think I've moved the peppers. Here's the thing. I'm not going to try the grow the peppers in the beds again next year. I'm just going to put them in the bags. I'm going to have to plan out my potatoes better. That's how they ended up in the beds this year, because I still have potatoes in the bags. And so I'm going to have to plan that out a little bit better next year. But listen, let's get started, y'all. Let's get to harvesting. Also, this sunflower is huge and 100% in the way. So I don't know how much longer this gonna be here. If it hadn't moved over, I probably would be okay with it, but it's just like hanging. It's hanging in the way. One of the strings also broke, but that thing is ginormous. It is ginormous, y'all. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead, get these. Look, it's trying to take me out. Get these cherry tomatoes real quick. There are so many of them. Like, I haven't been out here in a few days. I ain't gonna lie to you. Came to take care of the chickens and the quail, but it was just like a walk through. And then going back to do whatever it was I was doing. Who knows what I was doing, y'all? Cherry black, y'all. Cherry black, and we know I'm about to eat it. We know I'm about to eat it. That's such a good tomato. I'm very surprised none of these split, because we have had a lot of rain. But maybe the soil was already moist enough so it didn't feel like they were being like saturated all at once. Soon as I said that, splitting tomatoes too. The chickens will love it. I'll put those to the side for the chickens. Lots of shishito peppers. We about to go get them. So I will say, the peppers over in this bed have been doing pretty good. I'm probably gonna leave them. It's the ones over by the opening that I'm not gonna leave, because I just know I can get more. I just know I can get more if I move them into bags. This is another shishito pepper plant over here too. There's two over here. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and get these peppers too. These are Jimmy Nardello, some of the sweetest peppers you can ever eat. And they grow a nice size too. I'm gonna go ahead and take those. I like to make a pepper seasoning. I may freeze some of them, but I found that when I was freezing them, I wasn't really using them as much as I could have or should have. So I make a pepper seasoning, and they are delicious, which is another reason why I want those peppers. Not they are delicious, it is delicious. That's another reason why I want those peppers to go ahead and grow, because if I don't have peppers, I can't make pepper seasoning. This is the shishito pepper I just showed you. Like I said, one that we moved out of the greenhouse, and it has started to produce nicely. So we're gonna go ahead and take those. The more you pick, the more they grow. So I try to pick them as soon as I see them, when they are decent size. And I did a video showing you how I use them. And that's the way I love them. I don't do anything different all season long. That's how I do it. This over here is one of the ones we moved out of the greenhouse too, and it's starting to produce really nicely as well. So excited about that. So if you're not new here, you knew I grew fennel for the first time this year. I think this one is ready to go. I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like it is. It's kind of small. Maybe it's not. Maybe we'll leave that for a couple of days and come back. But the fennel is growing. Not this one. Pretty sure this one is gonna bulk. And the one beside this one. So this one and the one at the end are my most successful. But I'm successful. Like I successfully grew that this year. Pretty excited about that. So let's see here. What's next? Oh, we have cucumbers. And then we're gonna tackle those tomatoes last. Look at that thing. It's a little yellow, but I have found this year that, you know, my cucumbers started to produce kind of late in the season, but I've still been picking them and tasting them, and they have not gotten bitter yet. We will see what this one tastes like. Now, on to the tomatoes over here and this bushy mess of stuff. I still don't regret not pruning. See, they've started blushing a little bit. I let them finish in the house. Have a few. I saw one that completely fell off. That's how much I haven't been out here. Hold on. It's one of the newer varieties. It's odd looking, but I'm sure it'll taste delicious. Put the basket down and just go grab them. My handle is broken. Oh, super excited, y'all. Oh, wow. Y'all, it is a huge spider right there. Like right across the walkway. Can you see him? Can you see him? He is literally right across the walkway. We're not gonna go that way. We'll see if we can get it from the other side. Oh my God, look how big that thing is. It's huge. I'm pretty sure this is a pineapple. It is huge. We love that. Then I got another small something. I don't know what it is. A few more. So we're not harvesting any more basil. I don't need any more basil inside the house, but I said it in my last video, gonna start making some pesto and freezing that for the off season. But we're not gonna pick that today. If I start to see it flowering, of course I'll pick it, but it doesn't seem to be flowering just yet, so we're not gonna worry about that. And so listen, the peppers on these plants, the ones that I'm about to move, I am going to pull them if they look like they're halfway, you know, there, because they'll finish ripening in the house too. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna start moving these peppers. So listen, I don't know if I need to find a new editing software or do something with my computer, but we got to do something because the editing software, I'm using CapCut. They did a update, right? So it was working just fine. And so I don't know if the update is not working with my computer or what the deal is, but the transitions, and we all know I like movement. I put it over on my community post. I love movement in my videos. When I try to transition, I get lag and everything. This is a purple something. It's very pretty. I like it. See, there's just not a lot coming off of them, and what is coming off, that's a jalapeno. It's very small, and that's not what I'm looking for. It's just not what I'm looking for this year. By the way, the quail are laying. Oh, this one, I want to leave it so bad. It is my habanada, and it's getting so many on it. I may leave this one over here. Maybe what I'll do is move some of them, but not all of them. I don't know. I'm very much on the fence about this because the plants look amazing. They're just not producing like I know that they can. So, all right, this is our harvest. So excited, right? That it's time. It is time. I told you all when I planted out late that I knew I was going to get my harvest late. So I was seeing people like harvesting. I was like, man, if I had planted out earlier. But it works out better for me like this. It's just that FOMO feeling once I started seeing other people start to harvest so early. Also, we got hornworms. I don't know where they at, but I can definitely tell that there are hornworms out here. Another thing I'm planning to do today or tomorrow is to start pulling some of the larger suckers, and I'm going to put them in some water so that they can root. And then when these plants are ready to come out, I'm going to plant those and see if I can get a fall harvest of tomatoes too. So I'm going to take these in the house and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are back. And what I'm going to do to move these is I'm just going to dig a lot of soil from around them and then pour them out. That's the plan. And then I'm going to take as much soil as I can over to the bag so it doesn't feel like they're really being moved. Now, y'all know what could potentially be in them bags, right? We going for it. We hoping for the best. We going for it and we hoping for the best, right? So it's also good that the soil is moist right now, so it'll be easier to dig. Alright, so everything is moved. Not moving this one. This is the one that was struggling, so we're not going to move it. It's trying to grow. We're just going to pile some soil up around it and hope that it still grows. Decided not to move my habanada because it's growing pretty well and producing pretty well over here. So no need to cause an issue if there is no issue. And I left the Lasia because there's a big pepper on it. They take quite some time to ripen. So we're going to leave that. So we're leaving 3 peppers in the bed. The rest are in the bags now. Actually, it's not a pink tomato. It's a German queen, but it looks like it gets really big. It's very dry right now, so we're going to go and sit it in the rainwater so the soil can get a little bit moist. Just gonna let it sit right down in there in the rainwater for a minute or two. It's okay if it turns to the side. I'm not leaving it long, so we shouldn't lose too much of the soil. But I'm gonna go and grab this pot, and then we're gonna get this put together. I'm trying to think of where I want to put it, because you know I like even, and it doesn't match with anything, but it's self-watering, so I think that'll be cool. All right, so the box looks a little old. I almost forgot I had this till recently. I had to get something to open this. I'll be back. Also, grab my stool, because I feel like it'll be a little bit easier. Home and Garden Trend sent me a new, it's a upgraded pro garden stool. I like it, but kind of like my old one better. It could just be because I don't like change. Like, I don't like a lot of change, and I've had that old one for a while. This one is much lighter, though. I will tell you that. It's lighter than the other one, and the other one is pretty light. So if you're interested, always a link down below. I am affiliated, but if you're interested. Okay, so this is the Vego Garden self-watering rolling tomato planter pot and trellis. So it comes with a pot and the trellis, and it will roll. So that's cool. You don't want to be picking it up. Let's see here. A water gauge. You'll know when the water is low. And then the trellis. And the pot. Pretty color. Pretty little green. Goes with the gardening theme. Oh, look at that. There's a thing at the bottom of it that also tells you how much water is in it. Oh, you water right there. So you're watering into the reservoir, essentially. All right, we're gonna put the trellis together. So my camera got hot while I was putting that together, but it was a super easy build, y'all. And there are, in fact, wheels that go on the bottom. I hope y'all can see. It will roll in the right setting. On this plastic out here is not rolling very well, but I don't plan on rolling it anyway. And I think it's in a cute little spot over by the other tomatoes, but it's really cute. You have the gauge, so once you fill it right here, that's where you put the water at. Once you fill it, the gauge will come up and you'll be able to see how much water is in it. So that's when they say self-watering. There's a basin that you're filling up, and that's how it's gonna keep the soil moist. So we're gonna go ahead, put some soil in here. I have a little bit of black cow left. We're gonna put that in here too. Then we're gonna plant that tomato, and then we're gonna see how this works out for us all season. Really tall trellis, almost as tall as the T-post. So cool, right? I like that. I am putting Kellogg's soil in here. That's what I put in my bags as well. Okay, so we are all put together now. I am liking this. I really am. I'm hoping it works really well, because listen, it be hot and I don't be having time to be out here. So we're gonna go ahead, fill the reservoir. We should see this rise. Okay, so that's that. We have that set up. I think it's so cute. I think it's cute. I love that it has this gauge on it, so I can tell when it's too dry and I need to water. I like that it has the trellis. I really like the fact that it came with the trellis, so that's cool. Y'all, it's getting hot out here, but look at it. I like that. I think it makes a good addition to the garden. So we're gonna go ahead and grab some suckers, put them in some water, and then I'm gonna see y'all the next time, cause it done got hot out here. Okay, so what is a sucker? A sucker is this little piece of plant that grows in between a branch, a leaf, and the main stalk. Now, I don't have a main stalk per se because I didn't prune my suckers this year. I have a jar of water. Why is this on my hand? I'm sure somebody noticed it already. I got tattoos this weekend. So anyway, so I got a jar of water. I'm just going to cut this sucker just like that. That's a sucker. I'm going to pull off the lower leaf, or you can cut it. Just like that. Uh-oh, not just like that. Kind of damage this, but I think it'll be fine. And then I'm gonna put it in this water. And eventually I'm gonna start seeing roots. This is gonna make me a whole new plant, you know, if I wanna plant in fall, which I do wanna plant some once these go out, and I never started any. I said I was going to, but I didn't. So this is the next best thing. I did this last year and not on purpose, and I also did not root them. It took them longer to get established though. So I wanna get them rooted so that when I move them, they already have roots and they could just start growing in the soil. So I'm gonna walk through, see what suckers I can find. Also, not gonna keep the names of them. I don't care. It'll be a surprise little fall garden. So I'm gonna walk through, see if I can find some suckers, put them in this jar. Probably just gonna leave the jar sitting out in the garden somewhere, so that they can start to root, and I can have plants for fall. Okay, let's do this, and then we're going in the house, y'all. All right, so we got us some suckers. I want way more than this. Like I said though, it's hot out here. The chickens. It's hot out here, so we'll come out later tonight and get some more. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram, where I post about the things going on in the garden just about every day. Bye, y'all.